What's up, everybody? This is episode 5 of Conversations with Coomer. We have our placemats running wild. We are currently in Tivat, Montenegro. Once again, just an incredible location with another Compass member, Nataniel Marstrander. Nataniel and I met about a year and a half, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Something like that. This is my second time actually here in Tivat. It's one of my favorite places in the world, so trust me, it's scary. You probably shouldn't come. Protect your area. But yeah, beautiful mountains, a great water, good weather, and with incredible people like yourself. So basically, like we talked about earlier, the way we do this is an introduction and then talk about like how you got into the space and everything there. So if you want to just dive into a little bit more about you, we'd love to hear that.
Yeah. So background story.
Yeah,
a
background.
bit that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go
So,
in as much as you please.
yeah. So I am raised in Norway, from Norway in Oslo, and I have worked almost a decade in as a diesel mechanic and a gas technician. So I come from a bit different background than most of the guys in this space probably. And then I took the step out in an online business world 2 years ago, and now living in Tivat and enjoying life here, meeting amazing people like yourself and attending to your events.
Yeah, and actually, I just thought about this, clarifying for Americans and others who might be geographically
Challenged?
Challenged is the word I was looking for. Geographically challenged. So everyone knows, Montenegro is in the Balkans, and if you don't know where the Balkans are, it's right next to Croatia, east of Greece, east of Italy. Not a lot of people go here, and it's good for a reason there. But anyways, back to that. How did you end up from the mechanics and into the online space? Like, what was that transition like? How did you find the opportunity, etc.?
So while I was working as a mechanic, a lot of our customers were people who were entrepreneurs. They saw a problem, they followed in their father's footstep or whatever. They bought machines and they started working. And I just always had that spark to do something like that or work in something like that, just to create something of your own. That the fuel you get and the drive you get from actually doing something of yourself. So when I was 18, I started my first company. I bought a pickup, I bought a trailer, and I bought a mini excavator. And I was driving all around Oslo and that era, doing construction work, and it was amazing. Only problem was that I was an apprentice at the time. So it was a bit hard to juggle all the hours, doing 10, 12 hours a day as an apprentice and then 4 or 6 hours on my own company. And during that period, it started doing very well actually. I was almost hitting like 10K a month while being an apprentice. But I was influenced by my parents, by my family, by my friends, by my boss, my colleagues, that it wasn't probably like sustainable doing something like that on the side of being an apprentice, and that I should get the certification just to have a safety net. But after that, I saw that, okay, it's possible. I actually did it. It went well. I want to do this again, but I stopped doing that. Stopped that company, and since then I just couldn't stop the thought of doing business or going into business. And when I worked as a gas technician, I was earning good money. I traveled a lot, but it was a bit of a different travel. I had 200 plus travel days a year, traveling only inside Norway. And I always traveled in the weekends, working in the weekends. I had no free time. I had no social life. So I knew that, okay, even though I'm making bucks, there's no point in that if I can't have freedom. Why have money if you can't have freedom? Enjoy life. And I started researching how to do online business, how to make money online like everyone else, and I stumbled upon a company called Budo Ventures that at the time helped people start their own agency. And I bought the course and the coaching and everything, and I was really struggling to actually just get through the course because I was working 12, 14 hours a day, weekends, and it wasn't necessarily like studying the course that was the highest priority when I came home to the hotel room. So I knew that, okay, if I'm really gonna do this, I have to just have a clean break. So I quit my job, haven't even finished a course or anything, hadn't even got one single client. And immediately after quitting my job, I went to Tivat and stayed here for a month with some other friends, Marius and Matthias and Ymir, and it was the single most important thing I've done in my life, to just surround myself with the right people, like-minded people, people are better than me, more knowledgeable than me, because you are the average of your 5 closest friends. If five of your friends are football nerds, then you're gonna know a thing or two about football. If your 5 closest friends are drunkies, you're gonna get a drunkie too. If 5 of your closest friends are pursuing entrepreneurship, personal development, you will be a better person. And through that, I got the opportunity to work internally in Budo Ventures, and that's what I do now. And we focus more on AI and bigger ventures now.
Sweet. And so that process was around the span of, that's literally that 2-year
Yeah.
step. So you've been with Burrow for 2 years, or you've been, like, how was that process from the course to now? It's been a year and a half?
So I joined Budo Ventures, the mastermind course, back in September 2022.
Okay.
So almost 2 years now.
2 years fully in there.
And I had very little progress from September to November. So that's when I decided that, okay, now I'm just quitting my job. In Norway, we have a 3 months notice, not 2 weeks.
Not 2 weeks.
Yeah, 3 months. So I sent my letter of resignation in December, was finished in March, and then April I went here. I was invited by Marius. He thought that it could be nice for me to hang out with other people, and that would speed up my process. And from during April, I got the chance to work internally in Budo Ventures because they saw the drive, they saw the motivation, they saw the potential, and I've been working in the company since April.
Sweet. And the reason I asked that, we don't normally do this, but I just want to highlight that specific part is a lot of people, and I had this same mindset, and probably you as well, like, everyone starting out in the beginning is like, how quickly can I make this happen, right? Like, how can I get to 10K a month? How can I do this? How can I go from working a job to the online space? But I mean, same really for me is like, same process. It's definitely more than a year or a year and a half, depending on what experience you had beforehand. But that's really what's helpful to note is like, and it probably feels like it's gone through really quickly.
Yeah.
And it's been enjoyable the whole time, right? And same for everything that I've done. But when you have that aggressive, almost impatient mentality paired with putting the work with it too, the life you will have, the life you want, you'll have soon enough.
Yeah.
Right. And so just wanted to highlight that. Thank you for breaking that down.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love the quote, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard.
Yeah.
And I, probably an unpopular opinion, but I call bullshit on every course or mastermind that says that I'm gonna help you make this and this amount in this many days, because there's no one who can really make a guarantee that you will succeed in these type of numbers, how much you will generate in revenue or in which time, and you shouldn't really be focused on the time span. It's way more important to just have the mindset of learning. Your 20s is to learn to earn. So I believe that way too many people quit. You probably know dozens, maybe hundreds. I know dozens and hundreds that I've tried drop shipping, that I've tried trading, that I've tried SMMA, and they fail. And they only try for a couple of months. And they think that they will see some big bucks falling out of the sky into their bank accounts by doing nothing. And that's not the reality. You know that, I know that, I can imagine everyone in this compass knows that nothing comes for free. Yeah, it's possible to get lucky, and we need luck, but we need to work hard as well. And if you shift that mindset from I'm gonna earn, I'm gonna make money, I'm gonna do it really fast, I'm only gonna hang out on boats with pretty girls, then you can probably get to a certain point where, yeah, you can live this type of lifestyle. But imagine when you're 35, 40 years, are you going to sell the same course then? The same info product? If you can develop your skills more in depth than that, I think that's very beneficial. And that's where you build really, really big companies and ventures in the long run.
Yes. Meaningful, and live a meaningful life.
And live a meaningful life, yeah. Not only sell an info product, yeah, you help people and then you fuck off and do random stuff. I think it's way better to actually bring as much value into the world as possible. That's what gives me inspiration. That's what I fuel on.
Yeah.
To help and inspire people achieving their goals and ambitions. That's one of the most beautiful things in the world. And I think another great quote is, people overestimate what they can do in 3 months, and they underestimate what they can do in years.
Yeah.
So if everyone could just fucking ease off and not be so stressed about making money in the short run and focus more on the long run, I think that's gonna be very beneficial, and that's where people are gonna grow the most.
Sweet. Agreed. And you've already really laid out so much for people, but if you were to look at the previous version of Nataniel, whether that be, Nataniel in his late teens or early 20s, what's something you would tell him specifically, or someone like him? What's something that you would tell them?
So I've been raised in a very secular religious community, as you know. Not to go too much into that, but you had to fit into a box. It was a very manipulative community. They got you to start doubting yourself and your beliefs and your wants and needs. So Nathaniel, 15 years old, was very afraid of everything, was very uncertain in life and on himself. And I think a lot of people are today. We get so much influence through social media. So my best advice to the 15-year-old me or even 18-year-old me is to stand by your principles and really focus on yourself. It's like the safety demonstration at an airplane. Put on the oxygen mask on yourself before the others. You have to focus on yourself and build yourself before helping others. And that starts with looking into yourself. What you do with your coaching as well. Find your spiritual beliefs, find your purpose in life, find your why. Your why is the most important, and then never doubt it. Never let people influence it, never let people change it. Be 100% certain in yourself, confident, and walk your own way.
Sweet. Fire. Bars. And also, too, I wanted to thank you for always being the guy in Montenegro. This is, like we said earlier, my second time here. Both times, Nataniel is the man in Montenegro. Has all the plugs. He's an outstanding man, an outstanding character.
Thank you.
And yeah, so wanted to thank you for that. Thank you for this, obviously. And for being a great friend. But also, where can people find you? Those watching Instagram, if you have a Twitter. What's your
So Instagram is just Nataniel Marstrander. straight. And
We'll put that in the comments for anybody.
yeah, and I'm very active on LinkedIn, Nathaniel Marstrander there as well. I do a lot of B2B. Yeah, that's the best socials to reach me.
Awesome. So, thanks again, Nataniel. Thanks everyone else for watching. If you have any questions, DM Nataniel. Please DM me. And we'll see you on the next episode of Conversations with Coomer.